It's like, oh, Abel's your guy, eh, God? How about if I take him out in the field and beat him to death? How do you feel about that?
$7 million for reef fish management, $25 million to combat Asian carp, $2.5 million to count the number of amberjack fish in the Gulf of Mexico. $20 to count the number of amberjack fish. Package reef.
Ai, that's the shot.
Early in the morning, they went to the table with the black robe, the black shield, and they pulled out the votes. Those votes were putting. They went to the table with the black robe, the black the table, the black robe with the black shield.
Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your brother, your cousins. They come in so easily, so crazy, so crazy. Everybody comes in, your grandmother, your father, your mother, your...
And then they have cans of soup.
They come in so easily, so
That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick. It's too heavy. A can of soup, you can really put some power. And then they have cans of soup. And then when they get caught, they come in. This is soup from my family. Just someone to say, this is soup from my family. It's incredible. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup. They lay it on the ground and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops. And they lay it over with bags of soup. Bags of soup, big bags of soup, big coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops and our forces. And if it hits you, that's worse than a brick. It's got force. Perfect size. And when they get caught, it's coming. This is just soup from my family. And then they have canned in the media systems. These people are very, very innocent. They're innocent people that are brick. And then they have cans of soup. Cans of soup can really put your power. And then they have cans of soup. And then when they get caught, they come.
Imagine if I lose my whole life, what am I going to do? I'm going to say I lost to the worst candidate in the history of politics. I'm not going to feel so good. Maybe I'll have to leave the country. I don't know. I'm not going to feel so good.
Nancy Pelosi saying this country needs a strong Republican Party. Saying this Republican Party.
For my family, they start throwing it at our cops.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody. Put it out there. You're the president. You're not. Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody. Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody.
No, seriously, not so. I've been a lot about that.
Retweet. That was an opinion of somebody.
No, seriously, not so. I've been a lot.
In case you don't know, and you haven't seen the latest polls, the American people hold the President of the United States in contempt. In case
Joe Brandon, I agree.
and you haven't seen the latest polls, it's stated. And you haven't seen the latest poll.
Isn't it wonderful to allow protesting? No.
But it's a class action lawsuit. But there's a class action lawsuit against all machines, and that they're defective devices. There's a class action lawsuit against all machines, and that they're defective lawsuit against all machines. But defective devices. Lawsuit against all machines. But defective devices. Lawsuit against all machines. They're defective devices. There's a class action lawsuit against all machines, and that they're defective lawsuit against all machines. But defective devices. Lawsuit against all machines. But defective devices, and that they're defective devices.
Dub is a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc. Dub is a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc. Dub is a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc. Dub is a shit fuck. Dub is a shit fuck. After shit tour, etc., etc. Dub is a shit fuck. Dub is a shit fuck. After shit.
The media.
Hello, users, and welcome to another episodic in-style-ation of the Goddamn. I am your host. I am here once again to do a show today. So today we've got a show. We've got a program, actually. Do I call it a show? Do I call it a program? I don't know. But anyway, I've got one. I've actually got two, but so. Anyway, so we got a show, a program. And so today we're going to be doing the show and the program. We're going to be doing both at once today. And so we're here. Welcome to the program, folks. Yes. What is hot mic? What does that mean? The mic is on. I'm doing it. Of course it's on. Should I turn it off? Okay. Want a cold mic? I'm like, no shit, it's a hot mic. I'm doing the fucking show. Like, whoa. Anyway, so we got a program here. And you're peaking the levels. Yeah, of course I'm peaking the levels. I'm fucking screaming and goddamn hollering. Hot mic means the mic is on, motherfucker. Hot mic does not mean, oh, the mic is going a little. No, I'm screaming and hollering because I'm insane. I'm a crazy person. Of course it's a hot mic. Of course. I'm fucking insane. I'm insane. Hopefully y'all appreciated the introduction experience. I decided to mess around today. Whole new strategy. Got a whole new setup. Just throwing it out there. So, there you go. So, got some coffee. So we got a program here today. Today we're going to be doing a show, today, and tomorrow, actually. But real quick, I just have to let everyone know, and this is, of course, very, very, very important to understand, is that it is, in fact, the weekend. Yeah! I don't know what to tell you. And so it's the weekend. We're here today to do a weekend show. Cause it's the weekend. What is this horse stuff? Is there a horse meme? What is the horse stuff? Anyway, so it's the weekend. And we're doing a program here today for the weekend. This is a special weekend edition of the program today. And so we're doing a show, and we're gonna be doing the weekend show. That's kind of what we're doing here. I got news or something. I'm gonna be ranting and raving. I'm gonna be doing all kinds of stuff. Did Elon try to buy a? That's not real. That's not real. No. Nope. I'm gonna Google Elon horse. I'm Googling Elon space horse. There's no way this is real. There's no way this is real. There's no way. I mean, I refuse. I mean, I already know that Elon is not great, right? But there's no way that he is like this. I refuse. Well, actually, I don't refuse to believe it. Holy fuck. All right. Coming at us live. Let's watch. SpaceX flight attendant says Elon Musk exposed himself. Offered her a horse. World's richest man paid $250,000 for attendance silence, according to documents obtained by Business Insider. Elon Musk has been accused of exposing his penis to a flight attendant for SpaceX, the aerospace company Musk founded. Got a little bit of thing going on. According to Business Insider, documents show that the attendant, who is not named, was paid $250,000 by the world's richest man, to settle the sexual misconduct claim against him in 2018. Reminder, Elon Musk is not the world's richest man. Stop giving him that title. Just saying. The attendant is reported to have been a contract member of the SpaceX's corporate fleet. Of the SpaceX's corporate fleet. That's some weird grammar there. She alleged Musk exposed his erect penis, rubbed her leg without consent, and offered to buy her a horse as a quid pro quo for an exotic message. According to interviews and documents, Insider said it has. The information about the incident, which allegedly occurred in 2016, was included as part of a declaration from an unnamed friend of the attendant, which was prepared to support the attendant. Additional documents provided to Insider include emails and other records shared by the friend with Insider. This is crazy. I have to take the glasses off. This fucking shit is crazy. This fucking shit is insane. The declaration, per Insider, claims the attendant told the friend that after she took the job, she was encouraged by superiors to obtain a license to be a masseuse. You need a license? Ostensibly so she could give Musk massages. Why would she need a license for that? Like, if Musk wants to get massaged, like, okay, I'm Elon Musk, I'm the world's richest man. I'm not, but, you know, I'm gonna make people pretend I am. And I want some woman who I deem to be my property to give me a massage. I don't care if she has a license. Why would they want her to get a license? I don't know, like, that's weird. Okay, that's weird. The attendant allegedly told her friend it was during a massage in a private cabin in 2016 that Musk propositioned her while she gave him a full-body massage. While the attendant entered the cabin, she claimed the SpaceX founder was completely naked, except for a sheet covering the lower half of his body, and that he later exposed his genitals, and he touched her and offered to buy her a horse. This fucking shit is crazy. A rep for SpaceX did not immediately return Rolling Stone's request for comment. Musk told Insider via email that there is a lot more to this story. I'm sure that there's a lot more to this story. That I can... For once, I agree with Elon Musk. I guarantee you that there is a lot more to this fucking story. If I were inclined to engage in sexual harassment, this is unlikely to be the first time in my entire 30-year career that it comes to light, he wrote, calling the story a politically motivated hit piece. Musk also addressed the accusations on Twitter Thursday evening. The attacks against me should be viewed through a political lens, he wrote. This is their standard despicable playbook, but nothing will deter me from fighting for a good future and your right to free speech. Now, it needs to be understood that Elon Musk has already said that if he does take control of Twitter, which is looking increasingly unlikely as time goes on, but he already said that he's not going to be a free speech guy. He said that he's going to be willing to ban people that do things that are like, you know, against the public good or whatever, like, you know, so he's already basically, he's backed down on the free speech stuff and all the actual interviews where he's asked about what he's going to do if he becomes the Twitter CEO. But I mean, like, again, like, I'm here for it. I'm here for, like, the smear campaigns. I'm here to destroy Elon Musk's career. Consider me signed up. Like, I am biased against Elon Musk. And anything to reduce his power in the world, I'm in. I'm in. So, according to their friend, the attendant who rides horses declined. Why is that necessary? The attendant who rides horses declined and continued with the massage. The friend claimed to Insider during an interview that the attendant told the friend he whipped out his penis. It was erect. And then he touched her thigh and told her he would buy her a horse. I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't. The declaration states that after the attendant declined, she felt she was being pushed out and punished for refusing to prostitute herself. In 2018, the attendant hired an employment lawyer who sent a complaint to the company. The friend asked by the lawyer to provide the declaration to corroborate the attendant's claims. The matter was reportedly settled out of court, and the attendant was granted $250,000 severance in exchange for agreeing not to sue over the claims on the condition of a non-disclosure and non-disparagement clause, which bar the attendant from discussing the matter of disclosing information about Muscana's business. So that's why the friend is doing this, I guess. But anyway, that's fucking funny. That's fucking funny. I'm going to be honest, that's hilarious. So anyway, Elon Musk with a horse. Or, I guess he's into horses. There you go. PJ, nobody thinks you're funny. You have no friends. Like, just go somewhere else, bro. It's embarrassing, man. Come on. All right, so we're going to get into some news here today. We've got some programmatic programs to get into. There's a lot going on in the world today. And every day, to be honest with you, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on today. A lot to do. A lot to do. I'm going to be honest, I haven't looked at the news all morning, so I have no idea if there's a lot of news today, because I haven't looked. AOC is engaged. Huh? Why is that news? I don't know. Clarence Thomas is apparently still on the Cringe Tour. Clarence Thomas is on the Cringe Tour. Let's read. This is going to be good, I'm sure. Clarence Thomas calls out John Roberts as Supreme Court edges closer to overturning Roe v. Wade. All right, so now, I just want to say, this is the gamification of news, right? This is everything is exposed, called out, right? Do you think Clarence Thomas really called out John Roberts? Let's find out. I mean, it's possible. There was a little seen warm moment between Chief Justice John Roberts and Justice Clarence Thomas last November 1, just before the Supreme Court heard arguments on Texas's abortion ban. Roberts announced that 30 years ago on that exact date, a ceremonial investiture for Thomas had been held. Thomas, sitting to Roberts' right, beamed and slung his arm over the Chief Justice. The collegiality of the courtroom, filled with only a dozen spectators because of COVID-19 protocols, has vanished. The two justices are now engaged in an epic struggle over a new abortion case that could mean the end of Roe v. Wade nationwide and unsettle the public image of the court. I love how CNN is still reporting as if like CNN, a far-right media outlet, is still reporting, oh, it could mean the end of Roe v. Wade. Motherfucker, they've literally telegraphed for the last 30 years, 40 years, that they're going to destroy Roe v. Wade. There was a draft leak that said that they're going to destroy Roe v. Wade. Stop with this could bullshit. Oh, well, Roe v. Wade could be dismantled. It's possible. What? Motherfucker, they are literally telling you that they're going to do it. Well, they might do it. Who knows? I fucking hate CNN, dude. This shit sucks. Last week, at a Dallas conference, Thomas took a surprising public jab at Roberts. Thomas has long touted the good relations inside the court and avoided public criticism of colleagues. He might not always have embraced his colleagues, but he avoided letting any enmity slip. Thomas last week recalled the court atmosphere before 2005, when Roberts joined and said, "We actually trusted each other. We may have been a dysfunctional family, but we were a family and we loved it." This sounds like a fucking sitcom. Is the music going to start playing? Are they going to look at the camera and go, right, what is that? We're a family and we loved it? What the fuck? Thomas's blunt remarks suggest new antagonism toward Roberts, and added to the uncertainty regarding the ultimate ruling in Dobbs v. Jackson Women's Health Organization expected by the end of June. The uncertainty? What does that mean, uncertainty? Literally, they have said for 40 years that they wanted to overturn Roe v. Wade. They got the fucking Amy Coney Barrett, or Comey, I don't know what her name is. But anyway, they got her in, right? And then, like, she's like, oh, yeah, so this is, like, she's in a cult. She was literally born and raised in a fucking cult. They got her in to, like, you know, talk about how we need to increase the domestic infant supply. They leaked the draft message, right? What is this uncertainty? To my perspective, this is certain. But why is CNN trying to, like, say that this is, like, up in the air? Who knows? Because this is fucking fake news, disinformation garbage, right? Like, they just want you to think that it's not that big of a deal. They want you to go, like, oh, well, it's uncertain, so I guess we'll not do anything. Who knows? Ugh, so fucking frustrating. Roberts, with his institutionalist approach, is positioned as the one justice who might generate a compromise opinion that stops short of completely overturning Roe v. Wade. At least this year, that would thwart an outcome that Thomas has worked for decades. Like, what is that? At least this year. Like, what is this fucking garbage? Like, why is CNN covering for Clarence Thomas? Oh, yeah, because CNN is a far-right media organization bought and paid for by billionaires. The pending decision, with a half-century of privacy rights in the balance, was already the most anticipated in years. After Politico on May 2 published the first draft opinion, dated Feb 10, that appeared to show... You might have heard a squeaky toy. I think Max is fucking... Max, what are you doing? Max! Max! Oh, he's coming. Come on, Maxie. Come on, Maxie. He's playing with his eggplant toy. Alright. Anyway. So apparently there's some strained relations at the Supreme Court. Who fucking cares about this shit? Like, the real fucking housewives of the Supreme Court. Like, is that going to be like a new show? Because I'd watch that. I'd watch the Real Housewives of the Supreme Court. That sounds fucking cool. Like, I hate... Like the way media reports this shit, it's like, it literally reminds you as if you're watching reality TV, except these are people that wear Snuggies and make decisions about your future and what rights you're allowed to have. Like, this isn't, like, we're not reporting on a fucking reality TV show, motherfucker. These are insane far-right psychopaths who are trying to destroy the country and turn half the population into second-class citizens. I mean, like Jesus fucking Christ, you know what I mean? This is insane. Like, imagine if there was, like, an all-female Supreme Court, and they dictated that, like, men are no longer allowed to masturbate because, like, every time men masturbate, it's a genocide of potential offspring. Like, do you think men would just be like, oh, isn't that crazy that, you know, justice whatever the fuck is, oh, she got so mad at other justice whatever. Like, do you think, like, no, men would be like, oh, let's get guns and kill these fucking bitches, right? Like, but the other way around, and it's like, oh, this might happen, it could happen, but let's talk about their interpersonal relations. It's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Got some goddamn covfefe here. Oh. Y'all, I would like to remind everyone that it is, according to reports, in fact, the weekend. Yeah! So, we're here today. It is 10:30 a.m. in the Eastern Time Zone. It is 9:30 in the Central Time Zone. I have a question. There's 4 time zones in the United States, okay? Hold the phone here. So there's 4 time zones in the United States. Let's talk about this. This is important. You got Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but how the fuck is the Central Time Zone the Central Time Zone when there's 4? There is no middle. There's not 5 time zones, and then the Central Time Zone would be this one, the middle one. How is it the Central Time Zone when there's 4? That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Now, also, what if you count Hawaii and Alaska? If you count Hawaii and Alaska, then the Central Time Zone is like the second from one of the sides. How is that the Central Time? What? Who comes up with this shit? Why don't they call it like fucking, I don't know, like Midwest Time Zone? Like come up with another. It's not Central Time. It's not in the center. Anyway, these are the things I think about. This is why I'm so ahead of the curb. Curb? I'm ahead of the... What is it? Curb or curve? I'm ahead of the curve? What am I ahead of? I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Anyway, Central Time Zone? Nah, I'm sorry. I think that we should make the Central Time Zone merge with Mountain Time and then call themselves Central Mountain Time. That's what I think. So anyway. So we got a show here, doing a program here today, and today there's a show going on. Today, no dream questions. Oh, I had a fucking crazy ass dream last night. I was like in like some carnival, like it was like a fucking like shut down carnival. Like all the rides were broken. It was like a horror like kind of thing. And in my dream, like, I was on drugs. Like, I remember, like, being dizzy and, like, nauseous in my dream. So, like, I guess I dream about doing drugs now. Now, think about it this way. Like, okay, so if I do drugs so much that I'm able to dream that I'm on drugs, when I dream that I'm on drugs, I'm not using the drugs. It's free drugs. Hey, that's free. I'm producing free drugs in my dreams. Does anyone ever think about this? Has anyone ever thought about this? That's free. I spent $0 on these drugs because I was dreaming. That's crazy. But anyway, so that's my situation. Cooking show today? No, not today. Cooking is every Wednesday. I didn't do last Wednesday because I'm a piece of fucking dog shit, fucking loser ass bitch. But I'm gonna do 2 next week. So I might do like Tuesday and Wednesday, or like Wednesday and Thursday, something like that. So be sure to tune in. It's gonna be good. But anyway, doing drugs in my sleep, in my dreams. Free drugs. I mean, can you really beat that? Can you really beat free drugs? I don't think you can. And then also, okay, so free, not only are they free, but there's no side effects for my health. Not that the drugs I use have side effects for my health. But that's crazy. In my experience, for a lot of drugs, the brain can't recreate the feeling like addiction dreams. A lot of chasing and said substance, never obtaining it. I that's not my experience. That's not my experience. As of last night, I've had a couple dreams where I've done drugs in the dream and have felt okay, so I have a lot of dreams that are like multiple days long. Right? So it's like, and I do a lot of drugs. So if I'm going to have a dream where it's multiple days long, I'm going to be doing drugs at some point. And like in the dream, it feels real. I don't know. It's crazy shit. Am I going to game? Maybe. You know, I'm a gamer. You know, I've been known to game every once in a while. Speaking of gaming, I don't know if anyone's noticed this, but on my Doom streams, once a week, every Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, I do a Doom live stream. But some of my Doom streams, like, after the stream is over, like, during the stream, I get, like, 10 viewers because the people that watch this show are fucking crazy and they hate me and they don't like watching me play video games. Again, y'all motherfuckers so goddamn stupid. You're fine to watch me do this, right? When it's a still image, but when this image is moving, can't do it. You can't do it, right? Because you're a fucking piece of shit and you're dumb. But anyway, for whatever reason, my Doom streams, like, after the stream is over, some of them get like a couple thousand views and then get flooded with like neo-Nazis in the comment section. And I don't know, like, if that's like usual suspect neo-Nazis or if it's like neo-Nazis like subscribe to Doom as a topic on YouTube and like watch like Doom videos and they just happen to be neo-Nazis. But like almost every week, and it's on like Thursday or Friday or something, like a couple days after my Doom stream, it gets like 1,000 or 2,000 views, and then I get like 20 neo-Nazi comments, like, you know, telling me I should go to the gas chamber and like trannies should fucking get the bullet and stuff. And it's like, that's weird, and it's only on those videos. It's very strange. It's very strange. So anyway, I'm gonna play more Doom, I guess, because I'm getting a lot of views with Doom. But anyway, doing a show here. I'm doing a program today. For today, this is the show. And Coke's new bottle cap doesn't come off? What? Oh, Jesus. Okay. Alright, let's just read this. This is gonna be fun. This is going to be fun. Alright, so Coca-Cola, they're going to save the world. This is CNN Business, so factor that in. Look at the fear and greed index. What emotion is driving the market now? Click here to see today's reading. Alright, let's click here. Let's see what the fear and greed index is saying. What are we at? Extreme fear. You know what they say. When there's blood in the streets, and then buy Bitcoin. All right, so anyway, Coke's new bottle cap doesn't come off. This is a great headline. This is just an advertisement. This is like I just want to say, like, I hate these, like, eco-friendly brand messages, right? Like, CNN really, like, goddamn, right? Like, they don't know what they're doing at all. Coca-Cola, right? And the Coca-Cola company is one of the largest polluters on planet Earth. Them changing how their fucking bottle caps function is not going to change the fact that, like, there's many cities and towns and villages, like in Mexico, for example. I've looked into this. In Mexico, there's cities and towns and villages where Coca-Cola buys up the only water plant and then basically monopolizes the water supply, and the people that live there don't have access to clean water and can only have access to Coca-Cola at extremely cheap rates. So there's like cities or like villages or towns, whatever. I don't know like the populations exactly, but I know there's multiple in Mexico because I looked into this once. Where like you can go to the store and get like Coca-Cola for like, you know, 10 cents a bottle, but you can't get water. Right, and they do this all around the world, all right? So, but I've only looked into the specific examples in Mexico. They're changing the bottle caps. You know what I mean? Like, this is crazy. Like, these motherfuckers are insane. All right. Coke knows that its soda caps often end up as litter, so it's trying to solve the problem by tethering them to the bottle. At least in the United Kingdom. Earlier this week, the British arm of the beverage company announced that it started rolling out new versions of its plastic bottles. The new bottles feature an attached cap, a design that is supposed to make it easier to recycle the whole package at once and keep caps out of the trash. They should be saying rubbish. You gotta keep the caps out of the rubbish. Plastic bottles of Coke Zero Sugar, Diet Coke. I love that they're just listing it all. Like, this is just a fucking advertisement, right? Fanta, Sprite, Dr. Pepper should all have attached caps by early 2024. It's gonna take them 2 fucking years. Yo, I can't with these motherfuckers. All right. It's gonna take them 2 years to design a bottle that looks like a ketchup bottle. Like, you know, ketchup that they flick up the cap, or like mustard or whatever. It's gonna take them 2 fucking years to develop a bottle that is like a mustard cap. That's 2 years. It's gonna take them 2 years. What? This is a small change that we hope will have a big impact. Ensuring that when consumers recycle our bottles, no cap gets left behind, said John Woods, general manager of Coca-Cola Great Britain, in a statement Tuesday. And then here we have keep, like this is going to take them 2 years to get this little, you see where my mouse cursor is? This small piece of plastic is going to take 2 years to fucking develop. Are they? Now, I imagine that the reason is that they create these products like years in advance, right? So it's like the line that they're manufacturing now, right? They don't want to let the other lines expire, right? So they're just going to put that in the queue, and like the queue is like around 2 years or whatever. But anyway, that's just really funny. And like this is going to somehow save the world. Like Coca-Cola, these people that do these articles are the dumbest motherfuckers on planet Earth. Like these major fucking beverage companies like literally buy up water plants and just like poison the water supply, right? Cut it off from public use and access, right? They damage the environment. They mass produce plastic. Like, okay, so wait a second. Why don't we have the conversation about microplastics? Every bottled water product, every bottled soda product has microplastics in it, right? And then also, the whole thing is plastic, and plastic is really hard to recycle, and most people don't recycle them. Why don't we do glass bottles? Why don't they just like, because plastic's a little cheaper. Oh, well, you're telling me you can't eat into your like fucking 3,000% profit margin to make glass bottles the standard? They could. They choose not to. So the most they're going to do is add this small extra little piece of plastic, and that's their brand. And now CNN is going to be like, oh, look at them. They're eco-friendly, Coca-Cola. They're doing the eco-friendly. Plastic waste is a major environmental problem. Plastics break down into microplastics that make their way into the air and ocean, harming marine life. They can end up in our food and lungs, potentially leading to health problems. They say that in the same piece where they say that Coca-Cola is like saving the world, right? Like it's also a big public relations problem for companies like Coke. Then the company's bottles or caps end up in beaches or landfills. Consumers recognize them as Coke products, tarnishing the brand's reputation. As a result, more firms are taking steps to try to reduce their waste. How about glass? Is glass gonna work? Why don't we just do fucking glass, motherfucker? Before plastic was fucking invented, we were using glass for fucking a very long time. Perhaps it's hard to make glass bottles for the giant 2 or 3 liter bottles you get in the shops. Well, guess what? Nobody needs a 2 liter bottle of Coca-Cola. First of all, let me get this straight. Okay, motherfuckers? If you're buying 2 liters, if you don't drink the whole 2 liter in 1-2 days tops, it gets flat and it sucks. You know what I mean? Have you ever had like a 2 liter in the fridge for like a week and then you take a sip and it tastes like shit? There's no carbonation in it at all. Like, so unless you're going to drink the 2 liter all in one day, you don't need 2 liters. Nobody needs fucking 2 liters. Like, I don't know, man. Plastic fucking sucks. How about we just, I don't know, do like those like sugar packets and mix it with water? What if we just had like, everyone has clean water, and instead of selling you 99% water with like 1% sugar garbage, you know what I mean? We'll sell you a little packet that like the syrup packets like at the fountain machines. Everyone has clean water supplies, and if you want to have a Coca-Cola, you get like the small syrup packet or whatever. Like, you ever think about how fucking crazy it is that we design all these products that are just 99% water? Like, why don't we just all have a water supply at our house that functions, and then reduce waste by 99% and have everything just be like concentrated? Like, why do you need to go to the store, right, and buy a bottled Coca-Cola? Why can't you just have like a fucking bottle that, like a reusable metal bottle or glass bottle that you carry with you all the time, right? And then you get like a fountain drink, and that's it. Why do you need to have all these fucking bottles? What the fuck is going on here? But anyway, Coca-Cola's woke. They're gonna save the world, according to CNN. Oh my god damn. Oh my god damn. Son of a goddamn. Oh my god. Like, everything in this world fucking sucks. Fungus-based containers look promising. There's a lot of like really awesome mushroom science. Like, you know, there's like kinds of mycelium networks that will like literally like consume plastic and turn it into food, right? And then there's also, I've seen like You know, like Jessica in the chat is saying that there's like, you know, mycelium networks that will like be hard, like they'll like grow like a mushroom of some kind, right? That it can be used as a container, right? And that's crazy. In my opinion, I think fungi, they're gonna save the world. I think that this is like one of the most untapped. Like think about it. We use wood and everything. You see this wall right here? There's wood in this wall. We use wood for everything. Like, we use trees for everything. We use wood for fucking everything. What do we use fucking fungi for? Nothing. But they're just as useful, if not more. Right? It's just that no one knows about it. So anyway, that also is an important thing to say. So thank you, Jessica, for reminding me about fungi. Trees are cute as fuck. Glass bottles are heavier. Try recycling a bag of plastics versus glass. As someone that recycles, I prefer glass to plastic any day of the week. Glass, I don't have to worry about microplastics. Glass I can reuse. Every time I have glass bottles, I reuse that shit. A glass bottle will last like fucking forever. A plastic bottle, like, you're gonna start fucking getting chemicals, BPA, and fucking microplastics. Glass bottles, I'm in. Count me in. Big fan of glass. Not to be confused with the M. Night Shyamalan movie, which I have not seen at this moment in time, but I may be in the future. Glass hurts animals. I mean, plastic hurts animals too, right? So it's like, you know, like for me, if both hurt animals, I would need to see more evidence that glass hurts animals at like a higher rate. You know what I mean? If glass hurts animals at a higher rate, then maybe I'd rethink that argument. But to my understanding, like, plastic fucks with animals. It's like severely, right? And it's like, yeah, I have a bunch of glass bottles that I've had for months, you know? Like, being able to reuse glass bottles is a huge plus. Like, if I see something at a store that seems interesting, like, you know how they have some of those, like, you know, like meme drinks, you know, that are like in glass bottles. Like, I'll get it, you know, try a couple sips of the drink, and then like, all right, that's okay, I've tried it, pour the rest down the drain, and now I got a free fucking bottle. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. But plastic shit, like microplastics. I've been reading a lot more about microplastics, and that shit scares the fuck out of me. I want to like turn into like a person that doesn't use plastic for anything, but I don't know. I don't know how reasonable that's going to be, but, you know. The kombucha ones, yep, that's one. A lot of fruit drinks like to be put in glass bottles, too. In my property, there have been glass pieces sitting in the soil. Oh, yeah, there's, like, broken glass everywhere. Like, sometimes, like, when I would walk my dog, right, like, I'd have to, like, I'd have to navigate my dog away from, like, the piles of broken glass in the streets and shit. It's like, yeah, it's a problem. Like, when people throw a bottle out the window of their car because they're fucking garbage and they should belong in jail for the rest of their lives. Anyone that litters and throws something out the car window, honestly, I death penalty. Like, list of people that I would support the death penalty. People that litter while they're driving, right? So, you know, when you throw a glass bottle out the window, it breaks instantly, but when you throw plastic, it doesn't. So, and a lot of people will throw like anything and everything out the window because they're garbage and they belong in jail for the rest of their lives. But I'm joking, but still, metal bottles, yeah, metal bottles are nice, but they're a lot more expensive, right? God damn. I hate cars. Another reason to hate cars, by the way. Cars, like, I'm going to be fighting against cars for the rest of my life. I hate cars, but here's another reason why cars fucking suck. Because people love to litter and throw shit out the car window, and so it just gets all over the streets everywhere. Like, my God. Like, fuck. I hate goddamn cars so much. Cars are the worst thing in the world. This actually is hilarious. Oh my god, okay. Let's talk about Elon Musk again, because I just saw this in the headlines. White House tags Elon Musk as anti-labor billionaire in response to criticism. Yo, like, I know Biden sucks and the White House is garbage, and on everything that actually matters, they're not doing anything, but that's funny. The White House going out of their way to trigger Elon Musk, I'm in. I'm in. All right, let's read this. This is from Fox Business, so you can be sure that we're going to get a very unbiased, objective source of information here. The White House fired back against billionaire Elon Musk after the tech mogul criticized the Biden administration for a lack of accomplishments. In a recent interview with the All In podcast, Musk said that Biden... What? Can I get Musk on my podcast? Like, how do I get Elon Musk on my podcast? Anyway, Musk said the Biden White House doesn't seem to get a lot done. I mean, that's true. I will say that is true. While stating that Trump administration officials were effective at getting things done. That's... like... maybe? I mean, like, maybe? But what they got done was horrible, right? But also, they didn't do too much, right? I don't know. Like, the idea of saying that Trump was, like, effective at getting... I don't know if I agree with that. A White House spokesperson rejected that notion while taking a shot at Musk himself. Under President Biden, our economy has roared back with over 8 million jobs created, unemployment plummeting, economic growth. Now, I just want to say, so far, this is like a both sides suck, right? Like, the Biden administration is garbage. Our economy has not roared back. First of all, the stock market, right, is literally like the stock market is down like 40%, and a lot of like tech companies are down like 50 to 60% in the stock market. The general stock market is down like upwards of like 10 to 30%, right? So, but I know the stock market doesn't matter to most people, right? But to rich people, that usually is the metric that they use. So it's fascinating that rich people are now saying the economy is great, even though the stock market is cratering. Like, we are in the middle of an economic crisis when it comes to the stock market. But anyway, so, you know, child poverty has shot up in the last 5 months because the child tax credit lapsed, right? So child poverty that was cut by 50% in 2021 is now soaring. There's a baby formula shortage. People are unable to feed their kids, right? People are dying at the workplace from COVID. People are getting sick. People are getting fired in record numbers, right? Anti-union businesses are just firing everyone that even liked a social media post online that said anything about a union, right? So the idea that the economy is roaring back is not true. Like, if someone gets fired, like, let's say someone makes $14 an hour, they get fired, and then they get a new job for $7.25 an hour minimum wage, that counts as a new job, right? That's a downgrade, right? But like, they just manipulate the metrics. So anyway, the Biden, I'm not even gonna bother reading the rest of that because it's garbage. Biden's union-friendly approach was the basis for further criticism from Musk, who said in the same interview that the president is simply too much captured by the unions, which was not the case with Obama. I love that Elon is crying about unionization now. Like, I love unions. Even if I didn't support unions for any ideological reason, which I do obviously, I would only, like, if I'd never heard of unions before and I saw this article, I would say I like unions just because they trigger Elon Musk and like Jeff Bezos and Howard Schultz and all these other fucking freaks. Musk defended Obama as quite reasonable, but insisted that Biden prioritizes the unions ahead of the public. What does that mean? Unions versus the public. That's a false dichotomy. My brother in Christ, the unions are the public. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? The Tesla CEO also took a personal shot at Biden, comparing him to Anchorman character Ron Burgundy. I wish. The real president is whoever controls the teleprompter, Musk said, adding that if someone were to accidentally lean on the teleprompter, Biden would read whatever showed up on the screen, just like in the movie. That's probably true, but I would say that that's true of most presidents. It's absolutely true of Donald Trump. But anyway, anything to trigger Elon, I'm down with this. Fuck this little fucking whiny prick. What a fucking baby. But also the Biden administration also fucking sucks. But anyway, the public versus unionization. Like, wow. Is anyone actually going to buy that fucking shit? Because if they do, Jesus fucking Christ, they need to stay in school, man. God damn. Got a show going on today. Y'all, there's a goddamn show that's happening. Just reading the news here. I did no preparation, so... Whoa. Alright, okay, so I just saw this in my news feed. I don't know anything about this, okay? But this sounds cool. We're getting into science here. Ghostly mirror world might be cause of cosmic controversy. This is from phys.org. Let's read. Okay, so I don't know what this is. I've never, okay, so I'm going to read. We're learning together. We're learning together. New research suggests an unseen mirror world of particles that interacts with our world only via gravity that might be the key to solving a major puzzle in cosmology today, the Hubble constant problem. So this is like some Stranger Things or Silent Hill shit. I'm in. The Hubble constant is the rate of expansion of the universe today. Predictions for the rate from cosmology's standard model are significantly slower than the rate found by our most precise local measurements. This discrepancy is one that many cosmologists have been trying to solve by changing our current cosmological model. The challenge is to do so without ruining the agreement between standard model predictions and many other cosmological phenomena, such as cosmic microwave background. Determining whether such a cosmological scenario exists is the question that researchers, including Francis Yan Syracine, an assistant professor at the Department of Physics and Astronomy at the University of Mexico, Fei Gee, and Lloyd Knox at the University of California, Davis, have been trying to answer. Let's read more. According to NASA, cosmology is the scientific study of the large-scale properties of the universe as a whole. Cosmologists study concepts such as dark matter and dark energy, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh card, and whether there is one universe or many. The goddamn many worlds theory we're in, sometimes called a multiverse. Cosmology entails the entire universe from birth to death, with mysteries and intrigue at every turn. Now, Sire, Racine, Gee, and Knox have discovered a previously unnoticed mathematical property of cosmological models, which could, in principle, allow for a faster expansion rate, while hardly changing the most precisely tested other predictions of the standard cosmological model. They found that a uniform scaling of gravitational freefall rates and photon-electron scattering rate leaves most dimensionless cosmological observables nearly invariant. It's a lot of words here. I don't quite understand them, so let's read in. Basically, we point out that a lot of the observations we do in cosmology have an inherent symmetry under rescaling in the universe as a whole. This might provide a way to understand why there appears to be a discrepancy between different measurements of the universe's expansion rate. It's a goddamn mirror world. It's like Silent Hill. Goddamn Jacob's Ladder shit. The result opens a new approach to reconciling cosmic microwave background and large-scale structure observations with high values of the Hubble constant, H0. Find a cosmological model in which the scaling transformation can be realized without violating any measurements of quantities not protected by symmetry. This work has opened a new path toward resolving what has proved to be a challenging problem. Further model building might bring consistency with those two constraints not yet satisfied. The inferred primordial abundances of deuterium and helium. We're getting into science here. I'm going to be honest, I don't quite understand what they're trying to say yet. If the universe is somehow exploiting this symmetry, researchers are led to an extremely interesting conclusion that there exists a mirror universe very similar to ours, but invisible to us, except through gravitational impact on our world. Such mirror world dark sector would allow for an effective scaling of the gravitational freefall rates while respecting the precisely measured mean photon density today. It's a goddamn mirror world. In practice, this is a quote, the scaling symmetry can only be realized by including a mirror world in our model, a parallel universe with new particles that are all copies of known particles. Said Sire Racine, the mirror world first arose in the 1990s, but has not previously been recognized as a potential solution to the Hubble constant problem. This might seem crazy at face value, but such mirror worlds have large physics literature and a completely different context, since they can help solve important problems in particle physics. Explains Sire Racine. Our work allows us to link, for the first time, this large literature to an important problem in cosmology. I'm in. In addition to searching for missing ingredients in our current cosmological model, researchers are also wondering whether the Hubble constant discrepancy could be caused, in part, by measurement errors. While it remains a possibility, it is important to note that the discrepancy has become more and more significant as higher quality data has been included in the analysis, suggesting that the data might not be at fault. Basically, we're developing new ways of gaining data, and the data that we're gaining is not congruent with what our presupposed understanding of the universe is. That's essentially what's going on as we are developing more and more and more precise instruments, like the James Webb Telescope, for example, is doing a lot of cool stuff right now. As we're developing a lot of these more precise instruments, we're realizing, oh shit, we don't know fucking jack fuck about goddamn particles and quantum entanglement and the mirror world and all that shit. So I'm in. Consider me in. Let's make a movie based on that shit. Oh wait, they already have. All right. In addition to searching for missing ingredients to our current cosmological model, researchers are also wondering whether the Hubble constant discrepancy could be caused in part by measurement error. Oh, did I already read that? Okay. It went from 2.5 sigma to 3, and 3.5 to 4 sigma. By now, we are pretty much at the 5 sigma level, said Sire Racine, whom I've given 4 voices for in this article. That's the key number, which makes the real problem, because you have 2 measurements of the same thing, which if you have a constant picture of the universe should just be completely consistent with each other, but they differ by a very statistically significant amount. That's the premise here, and we've been thinking about what could be causing that, and why there are measurements discrepant, ? So that there's a big problem for cosmology. We just don't seem to understand what the universe is doing today. I'm in. The goddamn mirror world. So we're learning together. We're reading articles together as a group, folks. We're learning about science together. So there you go. I don't have anything to say. That's just interesting to think about. Let's ponder the universe, y'all. In a mirror world, you would be a voice actor. I would love to be a voice actor. If so, anyone ever wants to hire me for animations, cartoons, video games, anything, open invitation. If you want to, I'll do it for, well, I won't say that out loud, but I might do it for free. How am I doing on Cosmos? What do you mean? Oh, watching the show? I'm only watching the show when I do drugs, so. I mean, I've seen Cosmos like 40 times, but I want to rewatch the whole thing on shrooms, right? And so I'm still, as of the last time I talked about it, on the same point. Dub some hentai? That sounds fun. I'm in. Sign me up. Sign me up. I heard that Konami is theoretically going to develop another Silent Hill game. I'm in. Like, you know, I still have to play like Downpour and Homecoming though, but I'm still in. I never played that PT either. I would like to play that. I heard the PT is now publicly available. It used to be like you have to buy like a PT PlayStation and that would be like $5,000, but now like there was like some data leak or whatever, so now you can install it on any PlayStation 4, I think. But I don't have a PlayStation 4 and I probably never will. This October? A new Silent Hill or play the other ones? I don't know. What was I doing? Alright, maybe we can get into the movie portion of the show. How are y'all feeling? I have heard that Downpour and Homecoming are definitely not nearly as good as you know, the classics, but you know, worth playing, right? Maybe. Goddamn simulation theory. I'm into simulation theory. I think it's possible. Quantum theory has been stagnant for a long time. That's because there's so many fucking people in science that like don't take it seriously. Unfortunately. At least from what I've read. Alright, let's get into some movie time. How do y'all feel about movies and films? Movies and then also films? We have both. You can't have movies without films, let me tell you. Kelsey, Pixel, go buy your Bitcoin Cash and fucking buy a plane ticket out of this stream. What's Bitcoin Cash at? Alright, I'm going to go to CoinMarketCap and I'm going to scroll, presumably until like I hit like the top, you know, 60 because no one fucking buys Bitcoin Cash. What rank is Bitcoin Cash? 24, Jesus Christ. I remember when that shit was like fucking thousands and now it's $188. You are fucked, Kelsey. I'm sorry. You're going to have to stay here and watch the movie reviews. You can't afford a fucking plane ticket, you goddamn. It's over for you. It's over for you. Where's Bitcoin SV? Is that higher or lower than Bitcoin Cash? My opinion, Bitcoin SV is the cooler one of those. Like, you know, there's all those like fucking Bitcoin cringe fucking like forks, right? Where it's like, oh, we're gonna fork Bitcoin and pretend it's worth something and just generate money for ourselves. Bitcoin Cash is the dumbest one. What's your take on Vanilla Sky and Almost Famous Camera Crow films? I did a review of Vanilla Sky a couple of days ago. I haven't uploaded the clip yet because I like to keep the movie reviews a little staggered out. But I think Vanilla Sky is phenomenal. I haven't seen Almost Famous. All right. All right. Bitcoin Cash is the best one. Like, what is it? What even is Bitcoin Cash? They just increase the block size? Like, ooh, oh, you like fucking replaced like an 8 with a 32 in your code. Whoa, wow, I'm so impressed. Like, I do that shit when I play Minecraft. When I play Minecraft, I go into the fucking thing and I change the fucking RAM to like fucking 4 gigabytes from like 10 megabytes, you know, because the default Minecraft RAM thing is fucking stupid. look at me, whoa, I'm a genius, I'm the financial guru of our generation. Like, fuck your block size, bitch. Fuck your blocks, fuck your size, and fuck your block size. Anyway, let's get into some movies. This is the entertainment portion of the show. We're in the entertainment portion of the program, where there's entertainment to be found here. So, the entertainment portion of the program. The other day, watched some horror movies, but, cheesy horror. I'm always into cheesy horror. There's so many subgenres of horror. But anyway, I'm going to be talking about House of 1,000 Corpses. So I saw this movie the other day. And this one, it's a Rob Zombie movie, right? So if you've ever seen a Rob Zombie movie, you're aware that, there's a lot of, they go over the top in this movie. So, House of 1,000 Corpses, the plot doesn't really matter too much, right? So I'm going to spoil that shit. A bunch of kids are college kids or whatever maybe, are writing a book. So they're touring around the country, to look at, cool, gas stations and, bus stops and, roadside attractions for a book or whatever. And so they stumble upon this gas station that is run by, a crazy clown guy who is super funny and interesting. And then the crazy clown guy tells them, a ghost story. Oh, yeah, there's, there's, some Satan-worshipping bullshit or whatever. And, here's the map on how to get there. So the stupid-ass bitch kids are oh, okay. They're not kids, they're, maybe in their 20s or whatever. I don't know the characters' ages, but the actors are probably even older than that. They look like they're in their 30s. But anyway, so they go to look for this, Satan cult thing, and then, they pick up a hitchhiker who's oh, come to my house, we'll fix your car, because their car got shot or whatever. And then, they go to the house, and then, meet this family, and they're oh, it's Halloween, by the way. So they're having a Halloween dinner, and this family's a little weird. So then they go to leave, and then the family is oh, we're going to capture you and torture the shit out of all of you. And that's the movie, right? So this movie, right, the first 90% of this movie is its own thing, and then the last 10% of this movie is they just they just go in, right? They're just all right, so now this is a movie about aliens, Hellraiser themed Cenobite alien demons from hell that are not human whatsoever. The whole movie up until that point could take place in the real world. It's just like a torture family that likes to kidnap people and torture them for fun. Some of the characters love to make art out of their bodies, put their dead bodies in some art projects, whatever. Anyway, so the ending, right, there's demons, all of a sudden they throw the bitch, one of the characters who I'm referring to as the bitch because I don't remember her name, into a hole, right, and then demons come out of the water and try to eat her, and then she runs into a cave, and then there's fucking Cenobites with weird fucking alien glasses, and it's whoa, what the fuck am I watching? Am I watching fucking Hellraiser? Am I what the hell's going on here? And then they get chased by the demon people things, and it's I don't know. It's a good movie. It's it's just fun, there's lots of gore, right? That's the thing. There's so much gore. Can I talk about, goddamn, the one fucking character, the crazy bitch hitchhiker who brings the main characters to the house? Her laugh, wow. That is the most repulsive thing in the world. I know it's on purpose, right? Because it's supposed to be that gross, over the top, crazy kind of thing that Rob Zombie likes to do. But that bitch's laugh, she's ah! All the time, and it's contextually inappropriate, and it makes you want to kill yourself. It's I have to pause the movie and fucking take a breathing break. It's oh my god, this fucking laugh. It's that fucking goddamn bitch from Seinfeld who doesn't know how to laugh right, and it's that's the joke. Anyway, so that's a main part of the film, is that this bitch is ah! The whole time, every 5 seconds, right? The scene transition, and then she walks in the room and she's ah! And it's oh my god, can you shut the fuck up? But anyway, the characters are fun, it's all gory, right? It's all it's a you put it on just to watch people get torn into pieces and fucking, all that kind of stuff, and you just, they get destroyed, they get chopped up into bits, they get tortured, right? They get fucking starved, right? They get, it's great. And then like one of the characters' dads like drives across the country or the state or whatever they're at, and then like gets the cops to go investigate, and then these motherfuckers just like kill the cops. Like that's the best part of the movie, is when the fucking the mother of this family like just takes out a gun as they're talking to a cop and then just shoots the cop in the head. I'm just saying, I don't endorse that behavior. It's a movie, it's fictional, it's not real. But any movie that has cops being shot in the head, I'm in, right? And this movie has 2 cops being shot in the head. So I'm just saying, I'm just throwing it out there. 2 cops getting shot in the head. I'm just saying, right? Like, so it's a good movie for that reason alone. Every other part of the movie could not exist, and I could just watch the cops get shot in the head. But anyway, it's a gory slasher kind of like, with a little bit more of a unique concept. It's kind of like, it's good. It's good. I like it. I like this kind of stuff. Once in a while, like it doesn't take itself seriously, and it does that on purpose, right? So it's not only that it doesn't take itself seriously, but that's like the core operating principle, is that it doesn't take itself seriously, right? And so that's what I like about it. I respect that. And it's pretty decent. It's a good movie. Turn it on if you like that kind of stuff. If you don't turn it on. And that's House of a Thousand Corpses. And pretty good, I must say. Devil's Rejects, I've never seen. Is that a sequel? I've never seen or heard of this. Huh. I gotta watch goddamn Devil's Rejects then. Holy shit. I'd never heard of this movie. It's part of a trilogy. There's a trilogy? Whoa! I've seen House of a Thousand Corpses before, but I had no idea that there were more in this trilogy. That's cool. Three from Hell. Is that the third one? 2019? Okay. Oh, I gotta check these out. See, that's what I love about doing these fucking movie reviews, is people show me things that I would like that I didn't know exist. That's why I do this, right? It's all worth it. Way better, a real movie? All right. Okay. I didn't know. I thought that this was a one-off. So, that's super cool. I remember watching House of a Thousand Corpses when I was young. And so, I guess I missed the other ones. And they're also like, they're different names, right? Like it's not like House of a 2,000 Corpses, right? But yeah, I'll definitely check out those two for sure. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Oh, excellent. That shit's on HBO Max. Fuck yeah. Excellent. All right. It's the family that escaped and is on the run. I like the concept, yeah. All right, so I watched another horror. This one again, cheesy horror. I'm in like this is the cheesy horror review portion of the program. We're going to be reviewing cheesy ass horror movies. So we're going to be. This is like when you really think about it. This movie, this is the real Scooby-Doo movie. Hear me out. This is Scooby-Doo, where like Shaggy is on his own adventure, right? He he's taking a break from the gang, right? He decides to get into another kind of, business. He's getting a side job. That's right. We're talking about 13 Ghosts. So someone mentioned this movie in the chat the other day, and I was like, oh, I should watch that movie again. And so I watched it, And so this is a Scooby-Doo spin-off movie. And the reason I say that is because one of the main characters is played by Matthew Lillard, who is, of course, known for being Shaggy in the Scooby-Doo film and the voice actor for Shaggy for multiple decades, right? So I was watching this goddamn movie, and I could, it's great. I mean, it's, it's very cheesy, right? So anyway, so there's like Ghost Hunter. Shaggy is a ghost hunter. I forget his name in the movie. I just called him Shaggy the whole time. So Shaggy is a ghost hunter. And he works for some guy named Cyrus or whatever, who's like hunting for ghosts, and he's trying to find some ghosts and like lock them up in cubes or cages or whatever. Shaggy doesn't know what he does with these cubes or cages, right? But then eventually the Cyrus guy dies, right? But it's all on purpose because then he turns into a ghost. Spoiler alert. Or something. I don't know. I don't know if he was brought back to flesh life or because at the end of the movie they show him without the glasses, and the glasses you can only see ghosts with the glasses on, but then they can see Cyrus without the glasses on. So does that mean he was like a zombie or a ghost? I don't know. But anyway, so Shaggy survives a brutal ghost attack. Everyone dies except for Shaggy, and then Cyrus gives his house or whatever to his estranged family that forgot that he existed or whatever. So they move into the house, and then the house turns into it's a machine or whatever. The house shuts down, and then ghosts start roaming around the house. It's fun. It's cheesy. It doesn't need to make sense too much, right? So then Shaggy comes, Shaggy comes and then tells everyone about the ghosts, and then there's I was just thinking the whole time, where the fuck is Scooby, right? How is Shaggy in this movie without Scoob? I'm thinking if Shaggy's going to do some extracurricular ghost busting, why doesn't he bring Scoob along? I don't know. Maybe Scoob was at the vet. Maybe this is before the gang got Scoob. I don't know. But anyway, so Shaggy helps the family try to get out of the house, right? The kids get kidnapped or whatever. It's fun. It's cheesy. There's lots of brutal, the ghosts are apparently tortured victims or whatever. So they scratch the fuck out of people and chop them to bits and break their bones and stuff. It's all, it's very cheesy. I enjoyed it. It's enjoyable. Most of the characters suck except for Shaggy. Then there's this other ghost hunter who's introduced as a rival ghost hunter, but then she kind of turns into a bad character midway through the movie. She oh, Cyrus or whatever, and then apparently she was working for Cyrus the whole time, and then Cyrus immediately kills her for no reason. It was what? What was that plot point? It didn't make any sense. It was kind of stupid. But anyway, so Cyrus is trying to build this devil machine or something. He's trying to use ghost power to bring about eternal life to make him a super devil, right? And then so he's trying to get his estranged family to be sacrifices or whatever, because they need to have some human sacrifice with the ghosts to turn you into the super demon. I don't know. It doesn't make much sense. But anyway, so then Shaggy and the father of the children are trying to save the kids. They don't know where the kids are. Then they find out one of the ghosts is his wife or whatever, because at the beginning of the movie his wife is burned or whatever. That's in the prologue. And then Shaggy sacrifices himself to save the other guy. And I'm just thinking in this movie where the fuck is Scoob? I was waiting the movie's over. They're walking out of of the death cage or whatever of the house. I'm thinking where's the fucking gang? They're gonna pull up and But anyway, obviously I'm being a little facetious here. I'm just trying to have some fun. But it's a cheesy horror movie. It's fun, It's fun. I like cheesy horror. I like good horror. I like horror that can genuinely scare me. I like horror that makes me have nightmares. I love that shit. But I also love horror that's that's not scary. It's just oh, this is just, we take a horror concept like ghosts and we just kind of turn it into a silly movie. I'm in. So count me in. Fun movie to watch if you like that kind of stuff. If you don't, then that's whatever. I think you have bad taste personally if you don't. But hey, that's it's fine. But anyway, so Shaggy sacrifices himself near the end of the movie, but then Shaggy becomes a ghost himself, so then he's Ghost Shaggy, and there's that part at the end where Ghost Shaggy is fucking he's cleaning his glasses, and he's yeah, that's right, I saved the day or whatever, and then he disappears, and it's oh, Shaggy. But I don't know, maybe this is a sequel to the Scooby-Doo universe, because Shaggy dies in this movie, so it's possible that maybe there was some accident, the rest of the gang died or something. I don't know. Maybe he got separated from the gang. It's the end of the Scooby-Doo universe. Shaggy ends up dying and turning into a ghost, and maybe he's gonna go back and say hello to the gang as a ghost. I don't know if they're still alive. I don't know. But anyway, fun movie. It's okay. It's not too long. It's like a short, little fun cheese fest. And I'm in. Count me in and count me out because I've already seen it. So I don't need to watch it again for a while. I'm good. And but check it out if you like that kind of stuff. I like movies, and I like sharing movies with the audience. Is the Silent Hill film any good? The first Silent Hill film, I think, is phenomenal. The second one is an absolute and utter nightmare and bad in every way. Like, it's all like the second Silent Hill movie is like almost so bad it's good, but like it's not quite there. I've only seen it once. Maybe I'll rewatch them. But anyway, there you go. There you go. There you go. Does the original 1960 version of 13 Ghosts have Shaggy as the star? I didn't think so, right? So, not worth watching, let's be honest. Let's just be real here. Let's just, we're just coming clean. All right, that's my show for today. How's everyone doing? But like before we end the show, how are you? How are you all doing? Like, what's the vibe? Hopefully everyone's lives are, we all got our own crises, right? Like, I'm going to lose my health insurance in 2 weeks, right? So we all got our own crises. Hopefully your crises are manageable. Hopefully you're, capable of managing your crises. There you go. Recovering from eye surgery. That sounds scary. Like, whenever I think of, like, eye surgery, I think of, like, Dead Space 2. Y'all ever play Dead Space 2? Yeah, I'm never gonna have eye surgery because I'm gonna be like that fucking guy in Dead Space 2. Is his name Isaac or whatever? Gets fucking needles in his eye. Oh, Dead Space 2 is a great game, by the way. Trying to manage without weed? Why are you without weed? What happened? I'm actually taking a tolerance break right now. So, I'm going to be stone cold sober. Except for caffeine. Oh, your rent jumped. That sucks. We gotta do a fucking fundraiser for Bob's weed fund? Yeah, I'm sure living in an illegal state, like, I'm sure the prices are shitty too. A recovery bubble? A bubble? That's crazy. Paladin, I don't know if I think it's a good or a bad thing. How long do you abstain on your tolerance break? Depends. I just kind of wing it. Like 2 weeks is optimal, but I don't feel like waiting 2 weeks. I mean, my birthday's in 2 weeks, right? So I'm definitely going to be getting fucked up on my birthday, right? I don't know. Back to buying my own healthcare. Can you say, oof, oh, I'm going to be right there with you in 2 weeks from now? That's the show. I mean, I don't really have anything else to like say or talk about. I'm hungry though. I can tell you this much. I didn't eat breakfast today. I usually don't eat breakfast. Sometimes I do. I don't know. Maybe it's like half an hour. But I will tell you, I am hungry. So, I've got some hunger that I'm dealing with as of this moment in time. As of this moment in time. Your. Hello, Malisa Trubel. Your very attractive. Thank you very much. I try my best. What am I going to eat today? I have no idea. I usually just wing it. Yeah, I'm going to watch Devil's Goddamn Motherfucking Rejects. I corrected it. Don't make fun of me. Oh, I will. I will make fun of you. And I will make fun of you again. So, malice of trouble. More like, you're in trouble for doing a typo. Yeah, see? Y'all, I would like to once again announce a very critical, we are at a critical juncture, folks. We're at a very critical juncture as of this moment in time. It is actually, in fact, the weekend. So hopefully everyone enjoys their goddamn. I will be back tomorrow at noon. So in approximately 24 hours and 25 minutes, I will be live once again. Did you know wings are expensive? I didn't know wings are an option. I gotta get some goddamn wings. I want to fly. Yeah, everyone give money to Bob so that Bob can get some weed. Come on, this is some, what is it, paypal.me/Bob Carmody? Goddamn Carmody. Carmody? Robert? Your name is Robert? Everyone hit up Bob for the weed fund. Go, go, go! Go, go, go! All right. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Dumb as a shit fuck, you know, cringe tour, etc., etc.
And then they have cans of soup. And they throw the cans of soup. That's better than a brick because you can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. And then they have cans of soup. You can really put some power in soup, right? And then when they get caught, they say, no, this is soup from my family. You can't throw a brick, it's too heavy. And then soup, you can really put some power in a brick because you can't throw a brick. And you have people coming over with bags of soup, big bags of soup, and they lay it on the ground, and the anarchists take it and they start throwing it at our cops and our police because you can't throw it. And it hits you, that's worse than a brick. And they lay it on the size. Make perfect. And when they get caught, they say, no, this is to hit you, that's worse than a brick. And they lay it on the medias. Make perfect. When they get caught, they say, no, this is to hit you, that's worse than a brick. And they lay it on the medias. Make perfect. When they get caught, they say, this is to hit you, that's worse than a brick. And then when they get caught, they say, this is from my family.
But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines and that they're defective devices, okay? I have lawyers worked on this for 5 months. It's a class action lawsuit against, and that they're defective devices. Action lawsuit against all machines. The lawyers worked on this for 5 months. It's a class action lawsuit against all machines.
And then when they get caught, they say,
it's a class action lawsuit against all machines. It's done this for 5 months.
People coming over with bags,
lawsuit against all machines.
and they lay it in the ground, and the anarchists make it
Class action lawsuit against all machines. All machines.
That's worse than a brick. It's got force.
It's a class action lawsuit against all machines.
And when they get caught,
A class action lawsuit against all machines. Lawsuit against all machines. Okay, they're defective devices. But it's a class action lawsuit against all machines, and that they're defective devices. Against all, I have lawyers worked on this for 5 months. Machines. A class action lawsuit against all machines, and that they're defective devices. All have lawyers worked on this.
In contrast, Russian elections are rigged. Political opponents are imprisoned or otherwise eliminated from participating in the electoral process. The result is an absence of checks and balances in Russia and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of of Ukraine. And brutal invasion of Iraq. Brutal invasion of Iraq. Of Ukraine. Iraq. Anyway, brutal. In contrast, the Russian elections are absence of checks and balances in Russia, and the decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified checking in the electoral process, launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Iraq. Brutal invasion of Iraq. And brutal invasion of Iraq. And
I'm like, what's up in the house? I go and get benches.